Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to MyFoxHurricane.com. So we've got two areas that we are watching in the tropics. We have Kate and we have Larry. Neither one of them really pose any threat whatsoever. So first stop, I'll go ahead and circle these areas. It does look like much. That's Kate. That is Tropical Depression Kate, by the way. And then we have Tropical Storm Larry, which you can see a lot more convection with this, a little more organized. Still has a little ways to go before it really gets its act together, but certainly looks like it is improving its overall structure. So here is Kate. Hurricane Center readily admits it's kind of hard to tell exactly where the center of this is, and it's not going to last all that much longer. You know, I think by the end of the day, we're done with Kate. So right now, winds are at 35 miles an hour. Forecast track basically just kind of works its way on towards the north and eventually dissipates it over the open Atlantic. Tropical Storm Larry moving to the west at 22 miles an hour. Right now, top winds are at 50 miles an hour. But this isn't an area where it has a lot of favorable conditions. It has plenty of moisture. It has warm water, low wind shear. So everything is pointing towards this will continue to intensify over the next several days. Good news about this, you see it's working its way towards the west, but eventually notice how it's starting to turn more towards that northwesterly direction. So it looks like the eventual track of this will keep it out over open water. Long range forecast for this does show as we get into, say, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, the wind shear will start to increase in some drier air, so that will tend to at least level off that intensity and maybe even weaken it some. But as long as it stays out over open waters, no big issue with that. You look at the computer models, and you do have kind of a wide spread in these models once you get into that long range, but still that general idea, it is not working its way towards the west. It's turning more towards the northwest, which that far out into the Atlantic, if you see in more of a northwesterly direction, you know there's got to be some sort of a weakness in a ridge which is going to allow it to turn more towards that northerly direction. So that's good news there. So we'll continue to watch both of these areas. We'll keep you updated on the tropics right here on MyFoxHurricane.com.